Prof, I want to ask you, what's your assessment to this arrangement by the FA? Is it good enough for us to get going? Because it's been too many and now a life has been lost. We can't continue with this. It really hurts our football and the Ghana Premier League.
It's not about crafting things on paper. It's about implementation. And as a student of public policy, really, it's a problem. It's one of my lecturers back then, Professor Xtra, says that we are implementation sick. So we are very good at crafting things. So within this space, you saw that the FA has met, the protocol had to work together, putting together statements and issuing them. Everybody has a view on it, but the crux of the matter is implementation. So when you go to Doma, are you able to implement this? If it comes to relegation battle and two clubs are meeting and one is playing at home, are we able to look in the will we be able to implement these things? That's the thing. So it is not about putting together documents. It's not about writing English. That one we know how to write. If you go to our ministries, departments and agencies, Felix is a very he's been a long-term public servant, so he appreciates the things I'm saying. Look, when it comes to implementation, when it comes to formulating policy, we are one of the best. We are one of the best. We are but when it comes to what has been written on paper being implemented faithfully, we always falter. So I would hasten slowly, because knowing this country, we can do this for the first 2 weeks, and the rest of the weeks ahead, we will abandon everything. You take for example.
Forget about it.
Take for example, all of us sitting here. The year we are beginning of the year, we have written resolutions, haven't we? We write resolutions. I'm not saying, I'm not criticizing another part. It's a problem that we have. It's a real problem that we know how to put things on paper, but when it comes to implementing it, it's always difficult for us. So I will wait for them to do all the action plans, and then when we have to put the things that we have written on paper.
But now I think probably they've gone ahead. A step further. Now we have police, sports.
Look.
There are people that represent the implementation now.
Look. Do you know how passionate our clubs are when it comes to their 3 points? When they need 3 points to avoid relegation, they will do anything.
Yeah. So
I'm coming. What was it? 3 or 4 seasons ago, they took a truck to block a GBC van.
Hey.
They blocked the van. They just a truck surprising, miraculously got spot.
I was at the venue there.
Miraculously got spot, and then they blocked the van, so they prevented the match from being carried live on TV, and they did what they wanted to do. So look, our clubs, it comes down to the Premier League clubs.
Yeah, very, very good point.
It comes down to the Premier League clubs being committed to this. And when they need the 3 points, look, forget about security protocols. They don't care. So, I'm saying that all these things we have written on paper, the clubs themselves, they will test it. You see, and that's where the resolve of the FA will come to bear. Because as for the clubs, the thing is that let's test whether these people, they really mean what they are written there. And once they test and they realize that they'll go back to their old ways.
Before I agree to do this new.
Princeton, prior to this improvement on the security and safety arrangements, haven't they agreed to something?
Yeah, of course.
They had agreed to something already. The previous thing, you see, the previous thing on paper, you couldn't implement it. What's the probability that you are able to implement these new ones that you have done? So I'm saying that for our clubs, the only thing they understand is 3 points. If they have to make sure they stay in the league, they will do anything to stay in the league. They will do anything. And if Division 1 league clubs need to qualify for the Premier League, they will do anything to qualify for the Premier League.
Thank you. Felix, now to the discussion of the clubs being accomplices to this act. I mean, you have a lot of instances and stories to share. So they are facts. And many have said that Kotoko and Natufok, these two clubs are also huge beneficiaries of this. They are instigators behind these things. And after the death of Nana Poli, they are trying to play victims, and they're also using this as an opportunity to get what they want. Do you agree with that?
No. See, if you ask me what is Hatofok asking that would not be beneficial to the remaining 16 clubs, apart from the seat at the ESCO, and then apart from more money when it comes to TV rights, I think that everything that they are asking would also be beneficial to the other 16 clubs. It is fair to say that Hearts of Oak and Kotoko deserve more money, because you can't be showing 34 games of Hearts and Kotoko. You show about 4 matches of Karela United, and they are sharing the same money. It doesn't make sense.
Never.
It doesn't make sense. Nowhere in the world.
Kotoko are they've just woken up.
Liverpool, Chelsea, United, they will get more money than Ipswich, than Southampton, than Leicester, because their games are almost on TV. If it is title or title sponsor money, and they are sharing equally, I don't have a problem. If you have a title sponsor, if Asaase Radio is sponsoring the league, if it's Asaase Premier League, and every club is getting a share of the money. So let's say, you know what? Let's split the money into 70-30. 70% will be shared among the clubs. 30% will go into winnings. Or we can say 50, or we can say 50-50. And then the other 50% will go into your position on the league level. And Princeton, it is important. As for Hearts and Kotoko asking for position on the ESCO, I am not too worried, because when the league goes autonomous, they will leave the ESCO for the FA. Because they can't be on the ESCO and then still have an autonomous. What do they be doing on the ESCO? But for everything that has, and let me tell you something. If you look at hooliganism, Hearts and Kotoko have been at the end of it most of the time. If you look at hooliganism, the teams in the Bono region have been at the heart of it.
But Hearts and Kotoko also, they have their own.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
No, we know how Kotoko fans.
See, I'm coming.
No, but if Kotoko, I'm coming.
Okay.
Just if Kotoko fans, they say that their players are not playing well, so they want to show them something small. It's their players.
No, you see,
I'm coming. I'm not justifying it too. I'm just saying that if Kotoko has to do it, they don't do it to other clubs. They do it to their own players, which is wrong.
Prof, I agree. But what I'm also saying is, see, you get a lot of supporters coming to watch games when Hearts and Kotoko are playing away. So Princeton, definitely, they should be leading the front row in making sure that these reforms come. Yes. But you see, when Prof started, he basically spoke my mind. Me, as I sit here, I don't believe there will be changes. Because there's been numerous times we've come out with white paper, green paper, blue paper,
yellow paper,
but no implementation. We've set out committees, we've set up commission with no mission, with no implementation. Princeton, me, all I want is, if we even have to suspend the league for 6 months, 1 year, and return with only 4 good venues that can provide us with maximum safety and security, I'm all for it.
But they are running at a loss, so they can't be.
Which loss?
Which loss?
The league that you've been playing for years, that there is no money. Do you know the amount of losses the clubs are running? And you have an FA president who doesn't care.
He's not
And
well.
he will go down as the worst FA president we've ever had.
He's not well.
Oh, but those
I am not talking about whether he's well. The
no.
times that he's been well, what has he been doing? Kurt doesn't care about the Ghana Premier League. And I'm saying this because he's chopping waffle money. He's chopping CAF money. He's chopping FIFA money.
Exclusive.
I'm not saying that he gets salaries from them.
But even the FA, at the FA, he gets salary.
That's what I'm saying. So he doesn't care. The league your league, see, you are playing a league that has no title sponsor, a league that has no TV rights. So there's no money there for him to worry about you guys. So far as he's able to get people to go and vote for him at Congress, so far as he can get people to go and say yeah and yes to everything you say at Congress, sometimes I feel we are even crying more than they believe. And I'm telling you this, Princeton, everything the Premier League clubs are getting, including Kotoko and Haas, they deserve it. Everything they are getting from this Kurt administration, they deserve it. It is sad that some of us, when we talk about how poor the Kurt-led administration and GFA has been, people think that we are attacking them or we have some personal agenda against.
We are attacking football.
Me, I don't know Kurt. Kurt is not my friend. But Princeton, people will tell you the truth if they want the best for you. We all want the betterment of Ghana football. It is only Kurt and his cronies at the FA that will tell you that Ghana football is on the right path.
They are in
Princeton.
Dreamland.
Princeton, it is only the people at the FA, the people that are close to Kurt, they are the only people that will tell you that Ghana football is at the right path, and then Kurt has overachieved.
And the leadership
Princeton,
of Kurt, we have never seen some before.
If I talk about how poor the Black Stars have been and how poor the decision to maintain Otoado, they will say you are attacking the FA. But Otumfo said the same thing.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yes. So that would they say Otumfo doesn't like the FA or Otumfo doesn't like it? We have a problem with our football, and the only thing we need is implementation. Princeton, the documents released, the revised protocol, I was very disappointed because I saw fines and stadium ban. Bro, the reason why we have hooligans at the stadium is because of 3 points. 3-0. So, if you are a first-time offender and you are being charged 20,000 Ghana cedis, that is chicken. Some people use 20,000 for ways and means, so for 3 points. They can still misbehave, get their 3 points, and pay you 20,000.
I mean,
so why don't you add 3 points to the fines?
That's the only thing they fear.
So I'm fining you 50,000. I'm taking away 3 points from you.
That's the only thing they fear.
That is the only thing. And then for the stadium ban, at the end of you are not going to play at your venue till the end of the season, or for the next 2 seasons, you are not playing your home games there. How many times have we not seen Waminafo? Every season, something must happen there. Just 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago,
Princeton, even in Swatrema, you saw in Swatrema, Tamale City. We saw in Swatrema, Bofuakwa, in Sunyani.
Yeah. And then the Masokurodu issue.
Yes.
So
Princeton, the issue is
because
Princeton, the issue is, and you see, I even wanted. I think in the document they spoke about implementing the CCTV camera next season or so.
Yeah.
Princeton, how long does it take to install CCTV cameras? A week, two, you should be able to install.
You just buy the equipment, you install.
Simple as that. And you see, some of the clubs, they rent venues from government. Government has an initiative. They are installing CCTV cameras on our road and all that. You can talk to the owners of the stadium. The stadium belongs to most of the municipal assembly and the district assembly, and tell them that we have been renting your facility, but without CCTV camera, we are not going to get approval. So you need to upgrade. And now that the ministry has taken, a stand on how to improve the league and the venues, you can also liaise through the Minister for Sports and Recreation and tell him that we need to have CCTV camera installed at venues, at the Golden City Park, which belongs to government. You understand? So let's try as much as possible to make sure that whatever new protocol was brought out, we are implementing those protocols.
Look, I can
Listen,
this is
every time that I've been attacked at a league venue, from Golden City to Domato, it is club administrators. Let me give you an example. There was this one hooligan at Liberty Karendorf. I know that, but I don't want to mention his name. And every time Liberty will play a game, they will position him behind the fence at the opposing goalkeeper. The guy will intimidate the goalkeeper, the linesman. When they go for half time and then swap goalposts, he will change.
Wow.
Sometimes the match commissioner will caution the police. They will go and arrest the boy. And the guys who will arrest the police officers and then the community police guys, we all stay in Dansoma. The police people are from Dansoma police station. Yeah. When they pick the guy up, they will put him in their Nizam pickup. When they get to Dansoma roundabout, they will drop the boy. Charlie. So you have policemen who are within the community, who have been taxed to go and officiate a match. That is why Kotoko and House of Folk joint letter, they said, if the game is coming on in cantonment, don't bring cantonment police station policemen. Go to Adenta, go to Medina, go to Mamplobi, and bring, because when they come to cantonment, they don't know anybody there.
They are there to do their job.
Yes. But if Prof and Princeton stays in cantonment, and Princeton is on match day duty, and Prof is misbehaving, they say Asaase Busia.
And there will probably be supporters of the club as well.
Yes.
So
yes. That is where the problem is.
Look,
that is where you see the issue is. Implementing this will start from the FA. The only thing the FA can do is to take away their license or give you a huge fine and take away their 3 points. But aside that, there is nothing else the FA can do. It is the clubs.
The clubs.
Why would House of Folk go to a match in, let's say, BBNE and have match officials? Match officials and have some supporters as part of the traveling team that will enter into the dressing room. If you are not a technical team member, if you are not part of the playing body, you have no business being even in the safe zone or the dressing room. But we see match officials entering the dressing room. I was in Ivory Coast for the AFCON when Ghana drew 2-2 against Egypt. The FA president was going to the Blaster dressing room. There was a French guy at the gate. He said, he won't enter. Whether you are FA president or CAF president.
You're not part of the team, so.
The guy, ce n'est pas français, no, ne parlez français, no.
No.
The guy said, no way. If you are not a player, you will even sit in the team bus. It is only the technical team, the driver, the security officer, and the players.
That's how
and that is the way it's supposed to be.
And when they come to the venue, they will not be denied.
Yes. So every player should even be given an accreditation tag for the season. Yeah, so when you get in Swatre, there's a safe zone where you are supposed to park your bus. If it is 2 officials that you are coming, even the officials have a tag. So the players will be auctioning, but the match day coordinator will auction the players and then the technical team into the dressing room. If you're a match official, go and sit at the VIP. And that is it. That is it. It's as simple as that. Right. Listen, how difficult is this?
It's the will to do it.
Do you know what? Do you know what? This very thing This very thing.
Wrap it up for me.
This very thing Felix has spoken about dressing room. Me, when I was following radio, as a dedicated and an ardent listener, that was the conversation that the likes of Kets, Kwambani, all of them were having. That as an official, if you are not a coach, you have no business going to the dressing room. But today, when they all became officials, they go to the dressing room.
They turn motivational speakers.
they go to the dressing room. You see, but Princeton, let me take you back just a bit. A year ago, yesterday, a year ago, a group called itself the Save Ghana Football, demonstration.
Yeah.
They had a demonstration. I wish that we could look at their petition that they gave to Parliament.
I think I should have the...
You see in there, they spoke about hooliganism and the fact that if we don't do anything about it, it will lead to people dying.
Yeah.
They spoke about the coach, that the FA should hold on and not hire any coach, and that if we don't take care, we will have difficulty in.
We'll miss out on the AFCON. That's what they said.
And you see, the truth of the matter is that the Ket-led administration, they don't listen. They don't respect us. They don't listen. And unfortunately, Ket is a journalist. He criticized other administrations. Prosper Sinadu, journalist. Fredachi, journalist. Dr. Randy Abe started as a sports journalist. So, if you look at it, and almost everything that we have sat here, other journalists have sat here and sat at their various behind their various microphones and they've spoken about. It's almost coming to pass. See, we have spoken about the coach, the Black Stars coach being sacked. Nobody is listening to us. That firefighting approach will come. I am telling you today that March World Cup fixture, we will lose that match. And when we lose, you see what will happen here. Then that's when you see helter skelter. Hey, let's get rid of the coach. And we said, then as usual, the proponents, those guys who will bring the coach, who brought the coach, they will sit down and put up another plan. And then quickly, look at how quickly they have brought Winfred Schaefer. They've brought, when you know that there's a new government in place and they will appoint a new sports minister and that you're going to have discussions with him, they quickly go ahead and they appoint
a day before his vetting.
They quickly go ahead and then they appoint. So that when you can't do anything.
The blaster man who said they can see yesterday, 2 days today, the sports minister said he's going to review. He said he's going to review why Otuado has to keep his job and why the assistant has to go.
He has to do that because you see, do you know?
Not to cut you. Look at Dr. Randy Abe. He's the Cocoa Board head, right?
Yeah. See you, yeah.
That's a $10 billion economy. See, Ghana's economy is cocoa. Sure. And you want him to have time to come and sit and decide, as a management member for the Blasters.
And be chairman. No.
Why didn't they just wait? Let your man go through vetting, appoint a sports and a recreation minister. And then, because at the end of the day, it is the sports minister who will be paying the salary of the technical team. Yeah. And you don't want him to have a say? I mean, thankfully, he said he would do that. And one thing he said, Prof, if Ket is your friend, advise him.
He's not my friend.
If the Blasters fail to qualify for the World Cup, they will come for the FA.
No, but
they will come for the FA.
But you see, we shouldn't wait. You see, my whole problem is that this disdain and this disrespect for government, and they did it to the previous government. You will be there, and then but of course the previous government, their ministers were culpable. You see, when Kurt comes to you and he tells you that let's go and tell the president, take me to the president, let me go and beg him, so that we sack
your minister was calling Kurt
my senior brother. Truth of the matter is that this FA president is really truly arrogant, and I think somebody has to sit and really sit him down and really point out these things, because really it's not as if his pomposity and the arrogance is so annoying, because it's not bringing any dividend to us. Yeah, do money ye there, and I can arrogant Prof, but truly, the arrogance and the pomposity of the FA president, this government has to sit up and check it.
Let's leave it there. I mean.